Hey Juventini, this is Alberto back at the All Juve cast here, and we're going to bring you the news surrounding Juventus to November 18th as we get closer to our return from international break and the match against Lazio this Saturday. All right, so we're going to kick off the news with Romagnoli. Romagnoli has a meeting to extend his contract with Milan that's going to be taking place tomorrow. Why is this important? Because he continues to be a big target that Juventus is keeping tabs on. Should he not land an extension with Milan, Juventus it's high on their list to bring him in on a free transfer. So Juventus will have eyes on Raiola and Romagnoli's meeting with Milan to see how that goes. Speaking of Raiola, his clients, Bernardeschi has switched agents. Bernardeschi is no longer with Mino Raiola. He has hired a new agent, Patrol. All right, now Bernardeschi is not sold on lowering his wage to stay and remain with Juventus. So eyes will be on that in the next few months. Nothing will be decided immediately, but Bernardeschi and his new agent think they could find a better deal and potentially elsewhere. So this is an interesting one. Bernardeschi has stated he would like to stay with Juventus, but he's also been adamant about not being able to take a pay cut. So this is going to be an interesting one to keep tabs on. We will see what comes of that one and what develops. But worth noting that he is no longer with Raiola, and you would have to wonder if maybe Raiola was pushing him to stay at Juventus and take that cut, and maybe that's why he is now looking elsewhere. And you sometimes wonder with these agents, especially Raiola, who has a lot of bigger agents. Sometimes some guys feel like they're not getting the attention that they need from their agent. But nonetheless, that's the situation surrounding Bernardeschi. Still doesn't like the pay cut, wants to stay at Juventus, but won't take the pay cut, and now has left agents. So we continue to watch that. Bernardeschi mentioned yesterday on the news that he is injured. He will most likely be missing the next three matches: Lazio, Chelsea, and Atalanta. Now, what that does is Kulishevsky has a door open. Okay, so now he has an opportunity and should be getting much more minutes from Allegri, and it could potentially change the outlook from the team standpoint towards Kulishevsky in regards to transfers, as there's quite a few players who shouldn't feel safe, and he's one of them in terms of transfers. So we will see how this can affect him and if he can make the most of the minutes that he should be getting. And he should be getting quite a bit more with Bernardeschi being out now for the next three matches. So eyes will be on Kulishevsky and his string of performances in the absence of Bernardeschi. And now, Lichtsteiner was talking to this current Juventus squad, and he was talking about what's going to be needed and the mentality, and basically stringing good results together in order to build that confidence and to build them up. And he did speak about the 2015-16 team, which he was a part of, that had an awful start and then got it right, and we all know how that finished. Now, you just said you cannot make the comparisons to that team to this one, but he did say that this team has great potential, and it's no coincidence that the results are better in the Champions League, where there is more attention to detail. Because if you make mistakes there, you go out immediately. And it was an interesting comment to make, and I wanted to hear what all of you, Juventini, thought about it. It's interesting when you break it down, and the Champions League is a much more difficult competition, and we are doing significantly better there, and we've played better matches there. And it's interesting to think about it because the attention to detail is ramped up. So it's just it's a weird one to think about in regards to this team. But I wanted to hear all of your thoughts and comments and opinions about Lichtsteiner's words there. Is it still just a matter of coincidence, and we're just kind of putting the good performances together there? Is it, or do you believe there's something more, and this team just loses focus in league play based on the fact that, yeah, they can hopefully make it up in other matches? So I'm not really sure there. It's a tough one to think about. And even when you think about lineups and everything and setups, everything's really for the most part been the same. The only thing that's changed is a few performances here and there from certain guys. Dybala went out for a bit. McKennie has all of a sudden been in form, so we'll keep eyes on and see what happens. Speaking of Dybala, he is being evaluated as we speak at J Medical. There is growing optimism that he could be at least on the bench for Lazio and make a cameo of some sort. So we will see what comes after the exams today, and of course, keep everybody posted. Now, Locatelli and McKennie are the midfielders slated to be in the middle of the park for Lazio. Rabiot is possibly going to be on the outside left. And I put a tweet out yesterday basically talking about the Bernardeschi injury, saying, there goes our balance. Get ready for Rabiot on the left side. Would you start Kulishevsky, though? That is the final question wrapping up this news uh, broadcast today. Would you start Kulishevsky with Bernardeschi being out, or would you go back to what Allegri has been doing with Rabiot and playing him as an outside left player? Let us know what you think. And that's it for your news today surrounding La Vecchia Signora. And again, stay tuned to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow, we're going to have the tactical breakdown coming out on how Juventus should approach Lazio, and we'll get familiar with our opponents and what to expect and what to do there. All right, so tactical breakdown coming tomorrow, Saturday morning, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have your match day live, okay? We're going to have a lot of fun with this, and we're going to have a Lazio fan join us, so make sure you join in on live chat and get your shots in on this guy, all right? But no, we got a lot of good stuff. And then, of course, the next day, next morning after the match, as always, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, post-match podcast where we break it all down. And then that'll just roll right on into Champions League that we'll have their match against Chelsea midweek. Okay, so again, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and get ready for all your Juve content. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Till next time. Ciao.